Everyone. I've just been having more tech lessons here. Somehow I'm going live, but I'm not sure how far I'm going live. But I think I'm on probably my personal page, my LinkedIn, and my boot camp. We shall see. I'll check it out afterwards. But anyhow, that all aside, whatever it is, welcome. I'm so glad you're back. And today I'm talking about the courage to be authentic. I was in a training a little while back with the Dean and Tony show, a course I'm taking, and there was talk about being authentic, this challenge of being authentic when we speak and when we share. And I have to say that it has been an absolute gift for me over this last decade, and more recently, even over the last 6 months. And then day by day, as I go over the last 2.5 years of live videos, where I have been learning to just be me. No more swallowing of the voice, opening up and saying, here I am, folks, here I am. You get me. What you see is what you get. And that has also been the beauty of being the compassionate queen of straight talk. Once I claimed that, although I had quite a challenge understanding that people didn't know what to do with my opinions, and they found me brutally straight. And I'm just being Sandra. But being able to claim that and be that, I look back now and recognize, yeah, I just had to jump in and be myself and be okay with that. That was where the courage was. I wouldn't have thought of it as courage. But if you're struggling to be yourself and be acceptable to others, which means that that's not going to happen ever, you will have to be acceptable to yourself. And then the ones out there that accept us or don't accept us won't matter. You'll be real. You're going out with the intention of being real and still discerning, still discreet where it's appropriate, but honest and real, just not brutal and mean. So the freedom, I remember being at prison with the women, and the one young woman who was partnered with me on the project had come back to prison. I said, why would you come back to prison? And she said, I thought freedom was free, and then I found out it wasn't. So when I get out this time, I understand there's responsibility that goes with being free and the freedom. And it just came out of her mouth like, when I got out, I thought freedom meant free. And so I went and did. And so, yes, we have to recognize that courage is not only the courage to be authentic, but the courage to own our own responsibility and claim our own place in the world. That doesn't mean we go and do whatever we want to everybody. That's not the same thing either. It's quite a challenge. So what exactly does it mean to be vulnerable? Well, in the old days, we naturally thought that was negative. If you're going to be vulnerable, you're going to be weak. People are going to thump on you. People are going to bully you. But being vulnerable in that way probably meant that you were being a people pleaser and a doormat. So you were presenting differently than if being vulnerable is being authentically yourself, knowing yourself, standing in your own power, standing with your feet on your own ground under you. That is also vulnerable to be able to say, I've been there and done that. Didn't like it. Don't want to go back to it. Thank you very much. But there's an empathy where we can relate to other people. When we come to the point of knowing ourselves as imperfect human beings, because we are all imperfect and we are imperfect human beings, we have to accept that. And once we accept it in ourselves and accept it in others, we don't need to be fixing them. They just need to go and do their own journey. And if they want to learn something from us, then that will come together. If they're not wanting to learn us, they'll go and find out where else they want to learn being them. So so it's been quite the journey sorting all of this out, and like I say, a journey. A journey is a lifetime. It's a beautiful thing. So for me, being authentic is the gift that I enjoy, and being unapologetic. Oh, here's what else I wanted to get, and it's in the article. What exactly does it mean to be vulnerable? In the old days, we had it as the negative interpretation. But in so many ways of delicious words I had there, and we thought it was feeling like being weak. But in order, here's what inner bonding says, in order to be vulnerable in the positive side, in the positive light, is to be able to know yourself as that imperfect human, like every one of us, and that we all are getting along in this world the best way we know. So are we chasing love? Are we chasing acceptance? What is it that we're going for? And it's okay. We can be ourselves and still be strong in our own power. I think I've gone right round and round and round in circles because I know there was another quote I was looking at. Oh, there it is. There it is. I'm thinking I'm to the end. Boy, this trying to figure out how to get all this electronic stuff working really did me in. So why, when considering why we struggle with being vulnerable, came back again to that inner bonding, and that had a what if idea in there. What if you feel, here's the quote, inner emptiness, because your goal is to get love, safety, security, and approval. I'm going to say that one more time. What if you feel that inner emptiness because your goal is to get love, safety, security, and approval, rather than to give love to yourself and others? So there's your thought for the night. I knew it was in here somewhere. That inner emptiness sometimes that we get, often that we can get. Are we trying to get, like, please love me? Somebody love me. Somebody keep me safe. Somebody keep me secure. Somebody say I'm okay. If you're trying to get it rather than giving it to yourself and giving it out to others in love, there's the challenge. You can have deep thought, deep consequences and rewards. Don't you think it's time to truly find your voice? Stop swallowing it. Find your voice and speak up for you. What's that emptiness? You trying to get it? Or are you giving it to yourself and sharing it out to others? It's Coach Sandra, compassionate queen of straight talk. Sorry I went around in all those circles, but there you go. Take care. Have a good evening.